Sudan's President Omar al-Bashir launched his National Dialogue Initiative in October last year. Now, Parliament hopes to bring it to life. It's reinstated the position of Prime Minister and increased its size to include other political parties in government positions.
We passed the amendments in the Constitution. We expect that next year, by January, the new government will be formed. Parties and the movements which have attended the national dialogue will be joined in this government, and this government will have almost a program which have been agreed upon.
The initiative aimed to resolve Sudan's political and economic crisis. But after more than a year, some opposition parties see it only as a ploy by the government to divert attention from numerous armed conflicts that are still going on. They didn't join the dialogue, and no armed group participated.
The
regime is trying to take advantage of the dialogue to serve its means. It's trying to use the dialogue to divide the opposition and to show the world that it's making progress for sanctions to be lifted and to present itself in a new image without addressing the real issues facing the country. If the dialogue doesn't stop the fighting, doesn't save the economic crisis or give freedom, then it has no value.
Sudan's political crisis has impacted on its economy. The government's 2017 budget has a $3.1 billion deficit, which it hopes to be able to cover through oil fees from neighboring South Sudan and donors. It also hopes a changing constitution will persuade the United States to lift sanctions against it. The initiative of a national dialogue may be rejected by some major opposition parties, but others who have joined it seem to see it as a start of reforms in the country's policy, a process that will be going on until elections in 2020. Analysts are not optimistic, saying most of the parties in the dialogue are already part of the government.
There is no real change is going to happen in the coming months, according to the National Dialogue findings and recommendations. And if we look to the last constitutional amendments, it does not include most of the findings of the National Dialogue. I think we are going to have more tension in the coming weeks and months. The political crisis is widening the gap of confidence between political forces. There is a lack of confidence between the political forces in the government and in the oppositions.
And that's a lack of confidence that will be felt on the streets by the people of Sudan. Hiba, Al Jazeera, Khartoum.